here, or do you think they can play like more of an Invoker style or Ember Spirit?
Go
Iron Shell hero.
The courier anyway.
He has enough regen too. The 3 tangos left. He's not low HP. He doesn't need the courier right away.
No Tail getting caught out in the bottom lane, and we'll try to TP away. Not going to happen. MVP enough, as we're going to see Jerax. To catch out Dubu here is going to scout him going for that rune. He goes for the rune deny, but was it worth it? Sniper coming as well. All of a sudden, 4 heroes do get out at the top rune. Ana quickly dropping low, though, has to run away. QO pressuring it back. They'll turn into Jerax. This early game shrapnel doing work, but still has the boots. Maybe can survive. No, Febby comes in.
Behind.
Still no amplified damage. Keep that in mind as this fight could break out momentarily. S4 gonna try to initiate. He gets stunned by the Venge off the bat. Will they try to focus him down? Howl holds the mech is a crucial part of the team fight. Already they've committed the Omni Slash. Now the back goes the other way. Velo being forced back. Purged and controlled. While meanwhile QO in the trees has been isolated. Sniper brought down. The Eclipse raining from above. The Lucid beams too much. Velo will be the third. Make it the 4th down. Borrow times. This is gonna be a bit of a nuisance to kill. Completely isolated, has no real help. Drops the shield. Now the borrow time. Jerax still hounding him. Just staying in target. He wants that follow-up crush to go for multiple kills, and S4's there with the back. Eclipse coming through. All of that just for the Venge thus far. Now the Remnant forward. Ana looking for a bit more. Gets onto the back line. Tries to bring down that Abaddon. Will do so. But the physical damage is a lot. He's got a Remnant back. He barely gets away. Can QO run up assassinate? He will. But it doesn't matter. Already the body has hit the floor. OG, they bit off more than they can chew. There's a buyback from the Abaddon. The kind of fight that MVP loved to get, where they could chase you and isolate you and pick you off one by one. Now No Tail looking for the deny. Fly is falling. He won't get the neutral deny. Disruption to try and keep him alive a bit longer. No Tail too low to even bother with an Eclipse. He's down for the count. Now the stun on Fly. This is the kind of chaotic fight that MVP lived for. Can Fly make it away? Looks like the Urn Charge should be enough to take that Shadow Demon down. The counter Urn Charge. A bit too late. He will fall. And S4-2 make it 3 just like that. No buyback on Luna. Instantly, MVP on a silver platter have been gifted. Abilities ready to go now. Can they take the fight? That's the question. S4 smoked up. Look for the blink back to get it started. He only finds Velo, who immediately Blade Furies. He'll survive. Now the Eclipse comes out. Definitely going to take that up easily with the borrow time, and 4M pumping damage into Jerax will bring down the Fishman. Now turning on to No Tail. Time lapses it off. Dives a bit further. Fly no disruption for a few seconds. There's the Purge. The big dives. A 2-for-1 thus far. If 4 can get the kill, it would be huge, but he's low, in danger. S4 blinking back to force that pesky bug away, and with a shield and a heal, he should survive. Ends up being a 2.
They want to keep going and end the game now. They pick up a Vlad's on the Abaddon. They have Vlad's, they have drums, they have all these items to fight now, but the split push is constantly plaguing them, and it's going to lead. If that top lane wasn't pushed, they would be going for the high ground at bottom, but because of Ana's presence up there, they have to TP, they have to go defend it. Febby is just being ignored. Ana's like, I'm just going to hit some buildings here. This is fine for me. But Roshan
this seems good, but not so much for MVP as they try for the Roshan. They've thrown the Swarm in. Those glaives almost shredding Velo instantly. He will barely survive. Well, simultaneously, they back you up on the high ground. He's going to go for the TP out. He will BKB, escape successfully, but at the same time, that isolates them at the Roche pit, where, by the way, Ana's back into the fray. He's got the mobility that MVP are lacking. They get on top of the big rock, and how convenient. He's ever so low. Frantically hustling back. MVP try to get into position, but they do so. I mean, he might be able to force that BKB out for free, though.
MVP's defense is a split, and that's where Shadow Demon Illusions just destroy your base. One range track's down, now they'll get to work on the melee. At some point, MVP have to engage, and they're going to lose another range track. Ana's already taken top.
They might re-engage here with the Blade Fury committed by Velo. He's even going to Manta, and as you mentioned, that's now 2 range tracks down. A melee nearly finished off bottom. Did Hurricane Pike going to come? And finally, MVP, they've had enough. They want to leave the base. They want to get aggressive. They're going for the wraparound, but is this going to be the wraparound of dreams that they so sorely need? Velo smoke, gonna glaives, and when they do, they pay for it.
Now towers down, you can just safely push to the SC Illusions, or you can do that.
So just gonna initiate immediately, borrow time from Febby as he tries to hang on through this. Velo will survive, but they've lost their Weaver. Is gonna have to buy back, rejoin the fight. Velo low, the Glaives continue to pursue. Febby now on the run, and that's it. MVP completely overrun by the OG Swarm come late game. Is Ana off with your head, little man, he says. We'll take care of QO, and OG just seeming very prepared. What a great effort pick that was.
Yeah, it's something we kind of talked about before while we were watching the draft. It's like, OG is one of those unusual teams. They chose second pick, and one of the beauties of second pick is you get that 10th pick of the draft, that last overall pick that cannot be counted, and they made it count. They last pick an Ember Spirit with no counters in the pool. Often, you look at your draft, you get that last ban, you're like, oh, we got no stuns, let's ban a Storm.
And I would say they don't have the most disruptive supports to
push strat.
The best, but he's getting dangerously close. They can sweep out from the trees. They should have the angle. He gets body blocked just for a moment by his own creep. Betrayed. The traitor creeps, but is it going to be enough? Just the rot chase to try and get the kill. It will barely be so, but Jarek's TPing in. Doesn't have a point in Wex yet, and QO's just going to go for it. Jarek's joining the fray, though, looking for the turnaround. Sunstrike coming in hot, and it won't be enough. The fairy fire there. QO's able to live the rolling boulder to the right. Jarek. Early rotation from the Weaver. Big kill for MVP. And they're not done just yet in the bottom lane as they continue to pursue Jarek's. Febby does have the hook, just barely the mana available. Going for the TP out. Come back here, says Febby. Actually hooks him past his own body, and Jarek just starts to limp the other way. There's still no vent stun. Looks like with the Wave of Terror usage, won't have the mana for some time. They continue to close in, but he's going to have a rolling boulder out relatively soon. He wants to go for it. Juking down to the low ground. See you later, he says, and now time for the Roach suicide. So after all that, S4, his turn to try and match the tempo of MVP. Gets up the call. Sunstrike coming in. It's a lot of damage at this point. And there's the chop up.
A long time. Normally you use 1 smoke in the first 10 minutes and then 2 to 3 smokes in the mid game. They have 0 smokes for the mid game.
And in spite of that, Ana already has his Midas. He wants to use it, but they're going to look for the punish here. The double start ball connects. Sunstrike off the mark. Jarex going away. And Febby wanted to reel him back in with the hook. Combo gods. Level 3 Fatal Bond with the rock and the blink call.
It's not going to get going on.
Dubu, he's going to tank the gank. Probably the ideal target, but it will be free gold and experience going the way of OG as they look now to transition into a tower push. And maybe a QO pickoff. He's going to lay out the swarm. Already the glyph committed, but you're against the Terrorblade. This hero pushes extremely hard and very fast. Velo sneaking in, undercover Moonlight Shadow. They're going to drop the rock to try and take this fight, bringing down Febby. And now looking for the follow-up Starstorm. No Tail shatters too, and Velo still trying to lock onto a target. He will settle on S4, running him down with the clap. He does have an overpower and will be able to kill him off as well, so make it a 2 for 3. It's about to be a 2 for 4. A big fight, MVP.
First bit. Of course, the damage not too bad. MVP's Velo into the Roach Pit. The Act 4 will not land, and now S4's in trouble.
S4 known for his big plays around the Roach Pit, not able to find one here. Febby, though, will be burst. Good Sunstrike from Ana, but now on the run, he's going to be controlled for the time being. Arrow comes through. Velo, though, they'd love to pop this Aegis. Can they do it? Chases in from No Tail, can't quite finish him off. Still, they have the Fatal Bonds on him. Ana sticking around. Aegis going to be popped in now. Ana almost dead into the pit. One more auto attack will bring him down, but he's not going to drop. OG will now scatter, look for the retreat. Jarex rolling up and away over the hill. It's early rock drop, and now Velo just tried to TP away. That's not going to happen, though, as S4's on the case. No more Aegis for this bear. And down he will go, a slash of the Terrorblades. To bring him down, and they're going to find Febby as well here with the roll from Jarex. He tries to turn this. Sunstrike, though, no chance of that.
Differently around the map.
Well, OG going to smoke and try to cover the bait that is No Tail's Terrorblade. QO, the first man in, is going to reveal that smoke. Does get caught by a blink. Blade mail call. Beautiful initiation from S4. Chop number 1, a success. And now looking for the second is Velo. Eats the magnetize from Jarex. Now it's to back away. They're cold snapping him. Already committing his ultimate. And with the Mask of Madness, he drops pretty quickly. Can they finish him off? The Ursa's down. They find 3, make it 4 heroes. Nicely, Herzana charges in. Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing? Arrow completely whipped there by 4Ev. We'll be able to chase him back, though. And the hunt is on. Will there be any sort of support from No Tail? No, he's got TP away. Ana dropping that zoning ice wall, but another Blake forward, and with the double starfall, 4F will find the kill. He had dust. So Ana knew there was no way he was getting out of there. Well, meanwhile, in the middle lane, Velo and QO have gone in deep, perhaps a bit too deep. They will find the axe kill earlier, but Velo turns it. He breaks down Jarex, tries to slam down No Tail as well. No Tail currently holding the Sunder, can look to re-engage here, and he's going to commit the Metamorph as they push Velo back and away. S4 trying to move onto him, gets off the blade, almost killing off the Ursa. The Bear's on the run. No honey for you, sir, they say, and Febby too. We've seen Jarex consistently shoving him away. You even have to worry, no matter what, always about the call as well as the rock. It's tough, but they look for Ana bottom lane, gets off the Tornado as the Moonlight Shadow is used to try and disengage. They want to back out. The trap has been laid, and Febby probably the first one to bite it, though. In comes Velo with a big bash. Ana, though, dropping the ice wall, scurrying away, healed up by Fly, saved at the last hour, and now the turn. QO, 3 down with the Yules to make it 4. They're going to find Dubu as well. Benched out for the count. OG snowballing out of control now.
Gets harder to find these pickups. The item's just going to accrue as Rax money goes OG's way.
Moonlight Shadow as they try to counter initiate, but already the Sunstrike damage done. Another death for Dubu. What else is new? But can they turn this this fight around. Good magnetize, and then No-Till gets the work, slicing through the Ursa, easily bringing him down. 4 have fallen. 4F trying to get at least a solitary kill of this fight. Will taser Jerax and leaps away, but OG, they go for the real prize now. That's going to be potentially a second lane of Brax. With that, punching their ticket into the round of 8. It is absolute desperation time as MVP fight with their tournament lives on the line.
The Axe even lived his way through that one. The Terrorblade's going to have Metamorphosis back up with a Manta style. That's a second lane of Rax with no glyph available, and possibly even Mega Creeps if they want to go for top. They've even got the Warlock ultimate. If MVP respawn to fight, they're in for some hurt.
It's over, gods. They've already lost 2 lanes. They don't have buybacks here. They're going to lose a 3rd, most likely, before they can even get back into position. Even if they get a team wipe, I'm not sure it's enough. As the rock drops, an emphatic shutdown from OG. The Green Dream lives on here in Boston today. They will move into the round of 8 in convincing fashion.
Yeah, it's a tough first round opponent for MVP, but that's where that poor group stage performance really hurts them. And versing one of the tournament favorites in the first round, OG get the job done. They 2-0 MVP, the team that first knocked them down to the lower bracket if you go back to TI. So I'm sure OG going to be feeling pretty good about getting some revenge there, and also just getting through that first round of the single elimination bracket.